everybody. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Callie, and this is a very random channel, so buckle up because you never know what's gonna happen next. Basically, today I couldn't really decide between 3 different videos I wanted to do. I have one that I want to share, a wag walk, that went terribly wrong. Don't worry, the dog made it, I made it. Everyone was okay, but it was very crazy walk, so to say. There's another time I want to do a story time and tell you guys about the time my car caught on fire. But I think tonight I'm going to tell you more about my 6-hour fight with fear. Because in my last video about begging the universe for that sweet, sweet surrender, at the very end I mentioned the time where I lost someone else's dog in the woods. And I think I just want to elaborate more on that for you guys. Starting off, I sent one of my videos recently to my dad to get his feedback because I was going to post it and share it with, an audience that I really hadn't felt comfortable sharing it with. And so pretty much his feedback was like, what's up with the hands? And I'm like, I don't know what's up with the hands. It's just something I do. Like, hello, jazz hands, because I'm jazzy. I don't know. So if you guys wonder why I do that, I don't even know why I do it. It's just like it comes out of me. So it's like I can't edit that. I can't not do that because that's just what I do, So I don't know what you guys think about it. If you guys are always like, why does she start with jazz hands? I don't know. You don't know. None of us know. But my dad thinks it's weird. Love you, Dad. I don't know if he watches a lot of my videos. I think he sometimes will too. I don't think. I know a lot of YouTubers that their family don't watch their videos. It's like, you think they would, but why would they? Like, the people closest to you never want to listen to what you have to say. My partner, this is what he says. And I believe it because it's true. You could have all the answers, but if you're close to someone, they kind of just disregard what you got to say. So I don't know why that is. But yeah. Anyhow, on to the title of this video, my 6-hour, it probably was more than 6 hours to be completely honest, but it was a literal fight with fear. So, I was pretty much build up to it. When I started my journey, alright, I did my first manifestation. I told you guys about this in one of my videos where my ex walked in on it and was like, what are you doing? It was so weird, I had my candles, I had my crystals, I had it all set up perfectly. And everything that I manifested on that list, it came to life. Like, it came true. So that's like how I know manifestation is like the most powerful tool. So much to the point where it kind of freaks me out, and I only manifest like when I really, really want something. But that's gonna change. I'm thinking about like daily manifestations. Like, why shouldn't I get everything I ever wanted? Basically, it's that self-worth thing, Sometimes I really don't feel like I'm worthy of what I want because of, low self-image issues that I pretty much have lying dormant within me that I still gotta dig in, rip out. So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure you guys will all get to witness that journey with me. Anyhow, so I manifested some things, and what I didn't realize is that with that manifestation, it would come with, I guess in a way, like not like a spirit, I don't like to use like the word spiritual guide, but somehow me and this woman, attracted each other into each other's lives. She was looking for, someone to impart knowledge on, and I was looking for someone to learn from. And, she was definitely in my realm of interest, you know, like she taught me a lot of stuff I was real passionate about. I haven't got to use it yet, you know, but still, some of what she taught me and showed me really freaked me out, you know, like freaked me out, like what? To the point where, you know, you can't go too far because the ego is like really likes normal, comfortable things. So when you experience something out of the realm of what is normal to you, your ego kind of goes, whoa, back up, and it pulls you back. And so now pushing through that is sometimes, you know, a challenge. But with that said, she's a really wonderful woman. I would refer to her as my spirit mother, but like all people, you know, most people you only get a short time with, and you know, you learn what you learn and it's time to move on. And that's one of the hardest things for me, is letting go of people, because I love everyone and I would love for everyone I love to stay in my life, but it doesn't always work out like that for whatever reason. Anyway, they had a dog. His name was Bowie, and he was an amazing dog. However, he just was so hyper. He needed a lot of physical exercise, and that's hard for some people to do, you know. So for me, I was working with him, and this dog, I would run him 4 miles, and he would look at me like, let's go again. And I'm like, you're killing me. I can't do another foot, let alone a mile. So I would take him out into the woods with me, and we would just run and hang out and, you know, play. So one day I had him out there in the woods with me, and, you know, pretty much when I take a dog out to the woods, I work with them off leash, because I'm not going to hold on to the leash in the woods. It's like, go be free, be a dog. If you run off, that's your problem. You know, like that's how I feel with my dogs. My dogs don't run off. They know they stay with me because they have the best chance of survival going home with me and not leaving or staying in the forest alone, where at night all the predators come out. So, but we were running, me and Bowie, and I had this little voice in my head, you know, I'm just running, he's behind me. And the little voice in my head said, you better turn around and look at Bowie. And I was like, no, he's right there. I don't have to look at Bowie. And so I didn't. But then, you know, eventually I did, and he was gone. No Bowie. No Bowie to be found anywhere, okay? So I instantly, you know, you turn around, you have someone else's dog with you, and all of a sudden the dog disappears. Panic sets in, fear. You hear the voice of fear really loud. Oh my God, the dog is gone. Where did the dog go? You're never going to find the dog. You're in hundreds of acres of woods. You're never going to find this dog. So immediately panic set in, and then there's the other voice that's like, hold on, be calm, okay? Let's just take a minute, take a breath, keep your composure, all right? Breathe. And so basically I'm in the middle of these two, you know, extremes, like freak out, remain calm, freak out, remain calm. So I sit down and I close my eyes, because you ain't going to look for any animal in the woods. Like, there's no looking for them, because where do you look? It's like woods everywhere. There was no snow. I couldn't track him. There was no way that I would be able to find him. So what I did was I sat down and I started to meditate. And I started to talk to the trees. And I said, please bring this dog back to me. You know, bring Bowie back to me in my mind. Because Bowie was a real, I want to say spiritually energetic, sensitive dog, because I could sit there and have a conversation. You guys can think I'm crazy. It don't matter. But I would talk to him in my head and he would respond. It was the craziest thing. This is where I realized, like, dogs, they know what you're saying. Like, they're telepathic communicators, okay? So in my head, I'm like, Bowie, please come back to me. Please come back to me. Please. Begging Bowie to come back. No Bowie, no Bowie, no Bowie. So about 30 minutes, I'm sitting there meditating. And then finally, I'm like, all right, I need to move. I can't sit here forever. So I'm remaining calm somehow. I'm composed. I walk out. I get to the end of the trail on the main road. And I look down the road. And I see him, and I'm like, Bowie, and I start running after him. And it was the worst possible thing I could have did, You don't chase dogs. You don't. Dog training 101, you want to catch your dog, don't chase it, okay? Make it chase you, do some things, clap your hands, run the opposite way. And that dog will be like, what are they doing? I want to see. Don't ever chase a dog. And that is exactly what I did. Because I let that emotion take over, like, here, there he is. I was so scared because he wasn't my dog. So, and man, they would have been so mad if I came home like, I'm sorry that I lost your dog in the woods. Ooh, it wouldn't have been a good conversation. So I chased him. He was a ways down and I was right by my car. So I got in my car. I was driving. I was chasing him in my car. He's gone, nowhere to be found. I lose him. So I call up a friend of mine and I'm like, look, this is the situation. I was out here with Bowie and I lost him. He disappeared. He ran off. I chased him off. And so at the time, my friend came out. We both were looking for Bowie. We found his paw prints and we tracked him for like at least a good 2 hours, no joke. Because by the time I had spotted Bowie, I was already like an hour into this, okay? Sitting in the woods, then eventually walking back to the car. It had been an hour. I see him, chase him off. By the time, we're tracking these things, 3 hours have passed. Because time goes by really fast when you're in the middle of something so extreme like this. And the whole time, fear. You're never going to find this dog. How could you lose this dog? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Not fear. It's okay. It will be okay. Just have faith. Have faith. Surrender. Listen to the voice within. Both sides of me just like battling it out. Who's going to triumph? I didn't know, because 3 hours into it, no sign of Bowie. We tracked his footsteps for a good 2 miles or something. I mean, we tracked his footsteps for a ways. And then they turn off on this trail and they're gone. They disappear into the woods because he was running on a main road. It wasn't a main road. So basically how it works is there's like back roads that are like sand, and then there's trails that go off that are not sand. They're like, just little mini trails that maybe a 4-wheeler can fit down. A car is not getting down these trails. It's like little trails. So, snowmobile trails, just little ones. So, we're out there. Eventually, now it's getting dark. No sign of him. We lost his footprints. We had no idea where he was gone. And I don't know if I cried. I'm sure I was emotional because, I was really scared. And my friend, it was getting dark. He's like, look, I gotta go. I don't know what to tell you. And I'm like, I can't give up. Like, I cannot leave these woods without this dog. So I'm gonna stay out here as long as I have to. So, we're like 5 hours in at this point. Like, we're never gonna find this dog. I was starting to lose hope. I really was. Even though for the whole time I really kept the fear from taking over. I remained calm. I tried to do everything the most logical way I could, tracking him, thinking where is he, communicating with him on a telepathic level. And it was late. It was already dark, and I was about to give up because it's we're talking hundreds of miles of just backwoods trees, just trees, just trees. No houses, no people, nothing. Just the woods, okay? And I had a little voice in my head that said, you know what, just go up here, take this left, and just go down the road a little bit. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna just do it because what do I have to lose? So I take this left, I go down it just a little bit, and who is standing in the middle of the road? You won't believe it, but yes, it was Bowie. And I just remember joy surging through my whole body, and I got out of the car and I was like, Bowie! And at this point, he was realizing that he was alone in the woods and he didn't want to be. So he came running up to me like, yay, you know, I found you. Because I'm sure what happened was he got distracted. He probably got on the trail, you know, the scent of a deer or something. And just before he knew it, I was gone, he was gone. And he knew his best chance of survival was with me in the comfort of his own home. So I found him. I was so happy, so elated, so much to the point where I didn't even want to tell them what had happened. I did tell her. We didn't tell her boyfriend, though, I don't think, because I don't know if he would have trusted me again with Bowie. And I did a lot of work with this dog, like a lot of work. This dog, I mean, I had to wrestle with this dog because he was so dominant, you know, such a dominant dog. He didn't want to listen to anybody. And he would bite, he would jump up and bite you. And when a dog is biting you, it's like, okay, you're biting me, like, let's go, because this is not gonna work. I'm gonna squeeze you, you know. I mean, I would never hit a dog, but you sometimes have to, like, wrestle with them. You gotta wrestle with the dogs. And they bite, and you get bit, and it hurts. But if you can win, the dog respects you because it's like, I ain't gonna mess with you because you'll wrestle me and put me into like this position where I can't move, and that's no fun. Eventually, you know what though? Bowie was the type of dog, he's so smart. I would wrestle with him and I would get him in a position, and I mean, I would be there with him for like a good 15 minutes. And there would be no signs of submission, okay? And you can't let go of the dog until it relaxes, until it just relaxes. You cannot let go or else the dog wins and you lose. And so he knew what I was doing, and he would do exactly what I wanted him to do, and he would give the impression of submission. But the minute I let up, like he would do the breath, he would let it go, he would act calm. The minute I let go, he was back at it. And I was just like, man, this dog, he was alpha dog. He was not like a you rule me type dog. He was like, I'm top dog, you're not. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Everyone used to think I'm crazy because I would wrestle with these dogs. Like when I train, it's like there comes a point where any alpha dog isn't just going to listen to you. It's going to fight. It wants to fight. Like, that's how in nature dogs would decide, like, who's the leader. They got to fight it out. You don't just, you know, say I'm the leader and the dog is like, oh, yeah, you're the leader. No, you got to fight. And I don't hit. Like, a dog doesn't get hit. You know, the dogs wrestle. And I use my hand and I bite them with my hand and some crazy stuff. Yeah, he was actually one of the hardest dogs. Actually, no. My partner's dog now is the hardest dog I have ever had to work with, ever. Okay? He is a shepherd chow, and my first rescue, his name was Charlie. He was a shepherd chow, and that dog bit me hard a couple times because they bite. Like, they bite. Like, Bowie wouldn't, like, he would just, like, he would put his teeth on me and bite. But these dogs would, like, you know, like, get you. And Charlie, I rehabilitated. And he was a great dog, man. Also a very smart, intelligent, and energetically sensitive dog. You know, like, with Charlie, I had to learn how my emotions affect my dog. Monty, I can cry, and Monty's gonna come up to me and be like, I love you. You know, Monty never let me cry alone. But with a dog like Charlie, if I got emotional, he would react. Not to me, but I had this couple times, you know, sometimes when people would knock on the door, I would get like a little anxious. And one time I was just doing a bunch of stuff, and this girl knocked on my door, and I opened it, and I tell people, don't touch my dogs. Like, when you come into my house, don't touch my dog. Don't pay attention to my dog. Ignore my dog. Don't be giving them all that excited energy until they're calm. You don't go in and, oh, a dog. That's so silly. That's how you get bit, okay? What does the girl do? She doesn't listen. She don't listen. I don't know why people don't listen, but she gets all, like, emotional to my dog, like, Charlie, my new dog that's in training, that will bite you. Like, don't touch him. Just don't touch him. She didn't listen, and I got really frustrated, like, upset with her, like, just, like, annoyed with her. And what did Charlie do? Charlie bit her. He sensed my frustration, bit the girl. So, I mean, I had to really reassess how my dog training was, because I had never worked with such an energetic, sensitive dog like that, who I had in my immediate, you know, he was in my home, you know, like, I can go work with the dog at someone's house and then leave, but this dog was in my home with me all the time. So how I acted, how I felt really was important. So that's how I, like, really learned emotional control, and it was very good. So yeah, when my partner now said that he had a Shepherd Chow, I was like, oh, it's like Charlie all over again. I'm so excited. But it was not Charlie all over again, because this dog, oh, he's a very smart dog. Don't get me wrong. This dog is so smart, and he wants to please, but his role in this house is a guard dog. You know, I'm in the city now, like, I'm not in the where I live. Like, where I live, I don't need a guard dog. I just want my dogs to just be dogs, you know? Like, you don't have to guard my house. I don't need you to do that. But here it's more, I guess, needed. Like, he needs to kind of be a guard dog, because someone comes in your house, you want that dog to be like, who are you? Get out, you know? So it's the weirdest thing, because I never really have worked with a dog that gets to act like a psychopath. You know, like, he gets to act like a psychopath, and that's okay because he's a guard dog. And to me, I'm like, no, it's just so, just not, you know, like, he's a guard dog to the point where he will, like, get mad at me sometimes, and I just am like, who do you think you are? And I will not wrestle this dog. I don't know, like, so my partner never could get him in the car, or, like, he could get him in the car, but he would shake and be really nervous, and he would always put up a fight. So when I first came down here, I was just too confident, and that was my problem with Charlie. I approached Charlie with way too much confidence, and he bit me and brought me, like, down 10 levels, because he's like, you don't know me like that. Like, you don't know me like that. Calm down. And I was like, okay, you're right. I don't know you like that. But Icarus, you know, you guys have seen Icarus. I call him the mongrel. Icarus kind of did the same thing in a way. I was like, I can get this dog in the car, no problem. Watch me, okay? So we take him out. I'm ready to put him in the van, you know, and he's giving me clear signs. Back up, don't touch me. You don't know me like that. Get back. And I'm like, no, come on. Quit playing. Let's get you in this vehicle. And so what I do is I just go to grab him, you know, like he's a little puppy. Like, get in the car. And he turned around and he bit me so hard, and it's my fault, you know. I would never, it's totally my fault. You have to read. You see that? You all see that? you have to be able to read the cues, you know. His body language was like, don't touch me, I will bite you. And that's like completely respectable. You can't just cross your dog's boundaries. You have to be able to know your dog has boundaries and that you can't cross them. Not all dogs want to be pet. Everyone wants to go pet their dog, but some dogs like their personal space. So it's like, you got to be able to read your dog's cues or else you get bit. And so, yeah, ever since then, I wouldn't say he put fear into me, but I had never been bit that hard. And I mean, I didn't react. He bit me. I was like, okay, covered my arm, went to the bathroom, cleaned it. I was like, okay, he bit me. Like, I'm gonna give him some space. I'm gonna take my space. But ever since then, you know, like, he's the type of dog that if you have any fear in you, it's over. But if you approach him like you want to go, he's like, no, I don't want to go. But if you're like, because he'll be like, hey, get out of here. And if you're like, oh, okay, he's like, yeah, I'm tough. But if he's like, hey, get out of here, and you're like, make me move, he's like, okay, whoa, I don't want to fight. You know, he doesn't like confrontation. He's the type of dog that will like go at you if you run away, but not, you know, he doesn't want to confront like this. But he will if he has to, especially if someone was breaking in. He's a good dog, he really is, but he's a hard dog to train because, like I said, his purpose is to be a guard dog, so with guarding comes like really crazy behavior. You know, like barking at things outside, which you know. So yeah, anyway, I think I've dragged this on quite long enough. It was supposed to just be about my you know, time with fear, but then I thought, you know what, share my little info about dogs. I love dogs. Dogs have saved me in such a way. Plus I understand dogs on a level that a lot of people don't. Eventually I'm going to start my own dog business where I will help people train their dogs. Maybe I'll do like a walking and running, you know, because a lot of people, like, you can get your dog walked, but you have someone that will come run your dog, because these dogs have so much energy cooped up in this house. Like, a little walk is nothing to them. You need to get that energy out of them. Like, let's run 3 miles, okay? You'll be pooped, and that dog will go lay down and have a nice dreamy day after that. But anyway, yeah. Other than that, you know, hello to everybody and goodbye. I think I'm done. I wasn't really, it's not that I don't want to do a video, but it's just, sometimes I don't feel very social, but then I get on here and I'm like, hello, I'm here, and it's fun. I have fun doing it. This is like an awesome outlet for me, and I appreciate those who watch the videos. 28 minutes. If you make it to the end of this, like, the gratitude is unexpressible, because, like, I know the attention span of the world. I know the attention span of people. So if you make it to the end of this, leave me a comment, okay? Say, I made it to the end, and I'll be like, wow. Like, the appreciation is real. So other than that, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful, wonderful beginning of the new year. Lee, shout out to you. You are always commenting, saying what's up, and I love you for it. When I see a comment from you, I'm always like, hey, it's Lee. Brain Guy, you know that I always really enjoy our conversations. You actually teach me a lot. Like, whenever I read your comments, I'm like, wow, this guy's so smart. Like, the gems, you know, even if through my YouTube I just get to meet people like the two of you, I feel like, okay, that's all I need. You know, I know by doing these videos it'll reach who it needs to reach, but to have the feedback and the interaction is really, really, really nice for me. So all right, you guys, I'm gonna wrap it up because 30 minutes, I don't want to take up anyone's time. I hope you guys have a great night and a great day tomorrow.